For 7 years, the bodybuilding world watched a cruel paradox unfold. The man who might have been Mr. Olympia was banned from competing for the title, not because he lacked talent, not because he failed drug tests, but because his passport carried 3 words that made him radioactive in American immigration offices: Islamic Republic of Iran. This is the story of Hadi Choopan, the Persian wolf, who spent the prime of his career fighting the United States State Department harder than he ever fought any competitor. In 2014, a stocky 5'7" bodybuilder from Fars province, Iran, turned professional by winning the WBPF World Championships. Hadi Choopan was 26 years old, carried muscle density that defied physics, and possessed the kind of conditioning that made other competitors look soft by comparison. He should have been on the Olympia stage within a year. Instead, he would wait 7. The problem wasn't preparation or qualification, it was Executive Order 13769, better known as the travel ban. While politicians debated national security, Hadi trained in a warehouse gym in Tehran, watching inferior athletes compete for titles he couldn't chase. To understand the cruelty of this timing, consider that bodybuilders peak between 28 and 35. Hadi turned professional at 26. By the time he finally reached the Olympia stage, he'd lost 5 irreplaceable years. In bodybuilding terms, that's an entire career. But Hadi refused to disappear. If he couldn't compete in Vegas, he'd compete everywhere else. 2015, Asia Grand Prix champion. 2016, San Marino Pro champion. 2017, Dubai Pro champion. He was collecting victories in every country that would grant him entry, building a resume that screamed for attention. The bodybuilding media started calling him the uncrowned champion. Flex Wheeler said publicly that Hadi had the best physique on the planet. Dennis James flew to Kuwait just to train with him. Everyone knew. Everyone except the American visa office. The most heartbreaking moment came in 2017. Hadi had qualified for the Olympia again. His paperwork was perfect. His invitation official. 3 days before the competition, sitting in the Dubai airport with his ticket in hand, he received the call. Visa denied. No explanation. No appeal. That photo of Hadi in the airport, head in his hands, became iconic in the bodybuilding community. Here was a man who could squat 600 pounds, who trained through Ramadan while fasting, who had overcome every physical obstacle imaginable, defeated by bureaucracy. The story could have ended there. Many international athletes give up after one denial. The process is expensive, humiliating, and seemingly random. Each application costs thousands in legal fees. Each rejection makes the next attempt harder. But Hadi had something most bodybuilders don't: an entire nation watching. In Iran, bodybuilding isn't a niche sport. It's a source of national pride. When Hadi competed, Tehran gyms would stream the prejudging at 3 a.m. His Instagram following grew to millions, not thousands. This pressure became fuel. While American athletes complained about hotel quality at competitions, Hadi was training in 100-degree heat without air conditioning, mixing his own supplements because international shipping was blocked, posing in front of mirrors cracked from age. 2018 brought another attempt, another denial. But this time, something shifted in the bodybuilding power structure. The Arnold Classic organizers, frustrated by the situation, created the Arnold Classic Brazil and specifically invited Hadi. He showed up at 220 pounds of striated muscle and destroyed everyone. The photos from that show went viral. Hadi, standing next to William Banak and Roelly Winklar, making established stars look amateur. The bodybuilding world couldn't ignore it anymore. Forums exploded with discussions about the banned champion. The phrase "Free Hadi" started appearing on competition banners. Finally, in 2019, a miracle wrapped in bureaucracy. The Dubai consulate, not the American embassy in Tehran, approved a limited visa. 5 years after turning pro, Hadi Choopan would finally stand on the Olympia stage. But which division? At 5'7" and 220 pounds, he was too big for 212, too small for open. The compromise was men's physique open, where he placed 3rd behind Brandon Curry and William Banak. The crowd booed the decision. Phil Heath tweeted that Hadi was robbed. 2020 brought COVID and closed borders for everyone. The irony wasn't lost on Hadi. The year everyone was banned from travel, he finally had equal footing. He placed 4th, 2021, 3rd place, 2022, 2nd place. Each year, visa approved at the last minute. Each year, arriving jet-lagged and exhausted from 30-hour flights routed through countries that would accept Iranian passports. Then came December 17th, 2022. After 7 years of visa fights, 5 years of near misses, and a lifetime of preparation, the announcement came. Your 2022 Mr. Olympia winner, Hadi Choopan. The video of his translator breaking down crying while explaining to Hadi that he'd won has 40 million views. Hadi himself seemed confused, asking repeatedly in Farsi if they were certain if there was some mistake. There was no mistake. The Persian wolf had finally caught his prey. But the real victory wasn't the trophy or the $200,000 check. It was proof that bureaucracy and politics couldn't kill excellence forever. Today, Hadi trains in Dubai, still struggling with visa issues but finally holding the title that was kept from him for so long. He doesn't speak about the lost years, the prime of his career spent in exile from the sport's biggest stages. When asked, he simply says in broken English, "I just want to train. I just want to compete." 7 years. That's how long the best bodybuilder in the world was kept from proving it. Not by injury or defeat, but by passport discrimination. The Persian wolf's hunt wasn't just for a trophy, it was for the right to compete at all. And in the end, excellence outlasted bureaucracy. The wolf caught his prey. It just took 7 years longer than it should have.